Hey, everybody, welcome to the after show on a Tuesday morning at 10 o'clock. Al Parisi is here. But today we're talking about one of the topics Al brought up that was a bit controversial, I guess. You're worried about what Kathy Hochul plans to do about the smell of weed in the car.
Absolutely. The Governor Hochul, right? She's proposed altering a small piece of the state's recreational cannabis legislation. They want to add back in the odor of cannabis, burnt cannabis, or other drugs to establish reasonable cause to compel a driver who was pulled over on suspicion of driving while impaired.
Okay.
So they want to allow police officers. They roll down the window. They get a puff of smoke in their face. They want to allow them to go further, to maybe order a blood test or look for other things in the car. So they want to go back to the way it was before the Marijuana Regulation and Taxation Act, which was in March of 2021. The old rule was they could do it. Then they said, no, you cannot use the smell of marijuana during a traffic stop to establish probable cause. And now they're saying, wait a minute, we have a bunch of these accidents. We have people who are severely injured, and we want to be able to say that we smelled marijuana. We want to see if we have probable cause that they were driving impaired.
All right, so different gauges here. All right, let me start with the first gauge. First of all, they have body cam footage of a cop is walking up and they see smoke coming out of the car. The puff of smoke, like you just said,
right?
It is presumed someone is smoking in the car. What they're smoking, I don't know, but I guess you can smell the pungent odor of marijuana when you get there. All right. From that and the body cam footage and seeing somebody who might have glossed eyes or whatever it might be, I'm just trying to pretend to be a cop here. I could understand. All right, yeah, I'm gonna have to have you step out of the car. But the odor of marijuana is so strong. It doesn't necessarily mean somebody behind the wheel just smoked or is impaired. It just means that they're in a car where somebody did smoke, which is weird. With alcohol, you could smell alcohol, but the alcohol in the breath of the driver as opposed to alcohol in the car is different.
Oh, absolutely. And we talked about this really early on when they were talking about like legalizing marijuana and things like that. We said, okay, how are you going to know if somebody is or is not impaired, right? And there's not that gold standard like there is in alcohol. You know what I mean? To see if, puff into this and you're good to go. There's not that gold standard. So in this, now if they're going back to if I smell burnt cannabis, if I smell marijuana in the car, exactly what you said. You don't know if they smoked, a day ago and just put on the same jacket, and that jacket, the cologne they use is Ude marijuana.
Yeah, I mean it's a rough one. So wait a minute, can I just dig a little bit deeper in the sense that, okay, I smell it. That means I can now search the car because you're under arrest, and then I find, because in traffic stops, you'd be surprised that people just stop in traffic stops, and next thing you know, oh, there's a gun, oh, there's drugs, oh, there's this, oh, there's that. So a lot of these things do now happen in traffic stops. But that being said, geez, I don't want people driving around impaired because anybody could be on the road,
right?
But now you could use that as a reason to stop someone.
And also to go further in and say, let me search the car, get out of the car, and here I have probable cause because I smell marijuana here. It's a rollback of the law to try to get at something that, they think is causing a problem, impaired driving. But once again, once you roll it back and you give the police officers the ability to do that, then you have to think about the consequences and who's that going to come mostly down on? Where are they going to mostly smell that marijuana? And how should people govern themselves in the interim? Assuming this law is going to pass, right? What does that mean? Does that mean don't when you're dropping off your kid at school, you shouldn't be smoking marijuana in the car?
Yeah, that's one of the one things I started thinking about when this does happen. How many teachers I run across that say, oh, it was the pungent odor of marijuana at the parent-teacher conference. It's the pungent odor of the car when the kid is getting dropped off. And in the teacher position, they are in care of the child. beyond judgment of whoever drops them off, and their safety. So that's interesting. It if this goes through, it's going to be a very big tug of war because it comes off of the heels of Al. From now, you have weed dispensaries all over the place.
Oh yeah, the government's in the business. You know what I mean? They pushed their local seller out of business, and now the government is in the business. So this is big business, big money, right? They want everybody smoking weed, right? They want because they're this big taxation.
Yeah.
And taxation is the name of the game. So rather they fought it for many years, and now the government is in the game. And the question is the government going to make money both ways now? They're going to legalize it, say, here, everybody, you have a little bit of anxiety, no matter what it may be. You need to smoke dope, you need to smoke pot, or and make money on the other end by locking people up, right? So it's a win-win for the government. And that's what it looks like Governor Hochul is presenting us with.
I don't know. I mean, obviously, I would never advocate breaking the law, but some people are gonna have to switch to some gummies. We'll find out more about this story if Hochul goes through with this in the near future. It's the After Show with Al Parisi. Don't miss the WDKX Wake Up Club every Tuesday morning at 10 o'clock. We talk legal issues. So if you've been injured in a car accident, 888-8000 every Tuesday morning at 10 o'clock on 103.9 WDKX. We'll see you for the next episode.